What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today we are reviewing another Zelda game, Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, for originally released in 2003 or 2002, I don't remember, for the GameCube. But I played the HD remastered version on the Wii U. And I like to point it out. Oh, by the way, Paper Mario Color Smash in the last review, I forgot to credit LikunMiffery for giving me the game. Thank you for that. He also gifted me, not gifted me, but he let me borrow this game for me to play. So thank you again to LikunMiffery for letting me do that. He gave me a few others to borrow to play. Actually, a lot. You'll be seeing that for a while, but so to play. But yeah, I honestly didn't know that this game originally was released on the GameCube because I just thought it was a Wii U game. It looked like it was for the Wii U, so I'm like, okay, well, it's just a Wii U Zelda title. Especially with the amiibos that came out for it and all that stuff. So I was going through like my list of Zelda games that I've played or am I going to play, and I was like, I wonder what Zelda got released on the GameCube. Well, I know now. Plus a few others that I didn't know as well. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's jump right into the review, shall we? Let's talk about a thing that's really makes this game stand out from other past Zelda games and also present Zelda and more future Zelda games. The cartoony graphics of this game. Of course, you had the bits from the NES and of course from Zelda and Zelda 2, and then you had stuff on the Super Nintendo, and then you get to the N64 Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. This game just had a very more cartoony feel to it than the rest. To me, it doesn't really make it feel like a Zelda game that we are accustomed to seeing, because a lot of, well, of course, we saw this kind of stuff on like the Game Boy, and I think the other GameCube Zelda title also had this. And then when we got to Twilight Princess, it kind of went back to what we were used to. And then we've been in that same direction ever since. I don't know, it just didn't really make it feel like a Zelda game to me. And it, in my opinion, it didn't hold up that well. And I know a lot of people are this is a very polarizing topic. A lot of people think the graphics are great, they held up well, and love them. There's also a lot of people that would agree with me on the stance that they didn't really hold up that well, and a lot of people really like them. They think just feel too cartoony-ish and not really what they would want from a Zelda game. And like, I don't think I don't think the graphics are horrible per se. They're good, and they do what they need to do, and it definitely gives a new perspective and a new unique feel for a Zelda game. But it's just not what I expect from a Zelda game. Another thing that's really crazy is that Link can really move fast in this game. He can book it, whether it's in the water or it's on land. He can really scoot it. The controls for like climbing up stuff were always a little finicky to me when I was trying to like climb up walls or climb up shells or climb into boats or doing all this other stuff. It just didn't it wasn't always the best responsive. Like sometimes I would jump back down when I meant to climb all the way up, and the stick wouldn't always respond the greatest, but maybe that's because of the gamepad and not because of the game itself. But it's just something I noticed. But the little kid in the beginning on the island that chases you a bunch, when you like go past him with like the snot running down his nose, he creeped me the fuck out, mostly because of the noise he makes when he runs. It just made me feel like something else besides this kid was chasing me, and it really just creeped me out. In fact, also a lot of the facial expressions from Link, mostly, but a few other characters have them occasionally, but mostly from Link, they creep me out too. and it's really also, there's like some of the facial expressions just didn't match a lot of what I thought. Like the cartoony-ish feel of the graphics also made it hard for a lot of emotion to be conveyed, because sometimes you would have Link who should be happy in a situation actually be sad, but you think he's supposed to be happy. It turned out actually he's not supposed to be happy, but it's hard to convey that with the cartoony-ish graphics, and that also makes it look the ways his face sometimes would glitch out or just hold up in a different way, or it would just all really creep me out. I didn't really like it, but that's just a personal take I had with that one. But the setting in this game is also a very nice, refreshing change to a lot of the other Zelda games. The on-water adventures, him being a pirate, the island beginning even, and going from other location to location, and we're not in Hyrule. And just guys not being in Hyrule, is a nice change. This was the first Zelda game, because I played the original, I played this one, and I played Ocarina of Time, and I played Breath of the Wild. Spoiler alert, Zelda 2 and Twilight Princess are also on the list for me to play as of right now. But so, like all the games I played so far, though, take place on Hyrule, and it was nice to go away from Hyrule for a little bit and, take a new, fresh take on the Zelda franchise, and that was done really well in this game. It gave me a slight revigoration of what it could be to be a Zelda fan, so it was a nice change. The controls of this game are really good. They felt comfy, responsive. For the most, like I said, the climbing thing was a little bit off, but it wasn't a huge deal. I thought they were very easy to use, and that just made the game a lot simpler and a lot easier to play, with the item slots and the simple responsive button controls and the easy combat and stuff that would work from it. Good combat and being able to collect stuff and being able to traverse lands and do all this stuff pretty easily was a nice change for sure. So I really enjoyed that. I also did like that the game has a little bit more direction than previous Zelda games that I have played. That's a big complaint for me when it comes to Zelda games in general, is that they just feel like they're lacking in direction, which is something that a lot of people would not agree with me on, but it is something that I personally just don't like. Like, I want a good mix of direction, but also being able to traverse the lands and the worlds and do whatever you want, but a little bit direction when it came to like a storyline and a mission and what to do, because it can be very easy to get lost in some of these games, like the original even, or Breath of the Wild, or Ocarina of Time. Like, it can be a little bit overwhelming. And this game really never felt like that. It never felt too overwhelming, and it felt easy to explore and traverse and do all that awesome stuff. So, but I say only a little bit because there wasn't a lot of direction, but there was comparatively. But it had good plot twists, and so it was a nice, unique, different take on Zelda games than what we have seen, what I have seen personally in the past. So that was really good. But at the end of the day, my final thoughts, like I said, I don't know if the fact that it was a Zelda game, I don't know exactly why, but I could not get behind the game. I really tried, and I was doing all I could, and there's definitely some upsides to this game that make me like it more than a few of the other Zelda games I've played, but I just couldn't get behind it. And, I don't know, it didn't give. I'm still to this day looking for that spark, that aha moment to say, oh, this is why people love Zelda so much. Now I can play it and love it too. I haven't really had that yet. I'm still going to give it a try. I still have hope. And that doesn't make this a bad game. I still think it's a pretty good game. My final score, I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a pretty good game. worth playing for sure. The Wii U version's good. I assume the GameCube version's pretty good too, with just not as good graphics and maybe some little bit of control issues that were probably fixed for the Wii U version. Probably a few other updates and upgrades and whatnot, but I don't expect it to be that much different. But that's just my opinion. I know it's pretty controversial. I'm not the biggest Zelda fan in the world. Like I said, I'm still gonna give it a try. I've got 2 more games on the list and probably more to play eventually. So just hold on, guys. Maybe I will have that aha moment, but we'll see. That's gonna do for this game review, though. If you have played Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comments section down below. And that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for other much more amazing content, including more video game reviews and other awesome stuff. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.